It's the largest collection of reserves associated with the university in the world. There's now 39 and a 40th is coming online, distributed across all of the major ecosystems of California, from the marine on up to mountaintops. So that provides a remarkable experimental laboratory out in nature. My name is Barry Sinervo. I'm the director of the Institute for the Study of the Ecological and Evolutionary Climate Impacts. It's a climate change observatory across the University of California Natural Reserve System. And what we're doing is we're studying the effects of climate change on animals and plants across California. We actually don't know how ecosystems are going to respond to climate change because they're really complicated entities. But perhaps if we assemble enough of the information from all of the different people that are working on the individual pieces of an ecosystem, we might actually gain better understanding. And now we have over 100 scientists involved coordinating their research across that large landscape. So we can actually see the progress of climate change per se and how it's impacting diverse ecological systems. So Año Nuevo is an incredible example of a reserve at work. People have been doing studies there for 40 years, 50 years. The elephant seal example is exactly the kind of information we need to get in and around the reserves. They come to their beaches and they breed, and the females give birth to pups. And the weight of those pups turns out to be determined by climate change. And the data that's required for that is just an enormous undertaking. We wouldn't be able to do that now, but it's already been done. So it's assembling that pattern into a cohesive record, not just about the elephant seals, but the whole set of communities across each and every one of the natural reserves. I'm here at Los Baños, which is very close to one of the new UC reserves that's coming online, right over here in the Coast Range. I've been studying the side-blotched lizard here for 27 years. It's actually very common in California. It's found from Baja all the way up to nearly British Columbia. Okay, so I'm tying up a noose, and we use these to catch the lizards. You slip it around their neck, and then you pull gently, and then you have a lizard. And it's kind of the safest way to catch a lizard. They're not hurt by it at all. The side-blotched lizard is changing and rapidly evolving at this site in response to climate change. Here in the Coast Range, it is now breeding 5 weeks earlier. So we can study the process of adaptation, and we wouldn't be able to see that without this long-term record. But then in other parts of the range, climate change has been so fast, and they're really close to the limits of adaptation that they've gone extinct. So for example, at sites in Death Valley, they're really hot there, and they're near the limit of their range, and they can't adapt fast enough. This is, for me, it's like kind of coming home every year. I come out here, I'm like the birds that migrate. I come out for the lizard breeding season. So in some sense, I've been privileged to be able to do this kind of a study across the last 30 years or so. But then again, it's also kind of sad when I compare this site where they're doing well and to other sites where they're doing incredibly poorly, where they've gone extinct. We may see 30% of the world's species of lizards extinct by 2080. We need to publicize what's happening to the animals and plants in California and the effects of those changes in biodiversity on human systems. I think it's just empowering to know that this is happening and that everybody's kind of responsible, right? Nobody's off the hook because it's the society that we built for ourselves. So I do have hope that by teaching the kids, they'll change, and then they'll talk to their parents and say, well, why aren't you changing? Why on earth do you think you can live the same lifestyle that you've lived and then leave me with a world that's diminished in some way?